R&D investment every quarter is over 30 billion yuan, somewhere between 30 and 40 billion yuan. We will not change our resolve no matter how many difficulties we face. We will persist in investing. What's the second thing? It's our investment in services and infrastructure. Last year, we built 1,000 battery swap stations and over 10,000 charging piles, and we will continue to do so this year. This year, we will build more than 1,000 battery swap stations and over 20,000 charging piles nationwide. We will cover areas where others don't. We are very determined to do this. What's the third thing to persist in? Expanding to the global market. We started going to Norway in 2021 and then began entering several countries in Europe in 2022. We will persist in doing this even though it's really difficult. The fourth thing is we are determined to be open and cooperative and to be a competitive teammate. In November last year, we signed battery swap cooperation agreements with Chang'an and Geely. And this year, we signed similar agreements with Chihuahua and Jack. All this battery swap technology and network that we've invested so much money in. We've made them all accessible for industry use. So, if our Chinese auto industry wants to truly become stronger, what should we rely on? We should depend on healthy competition where we chase after each other, not on fighting with each other without any boundaries.
So guys, that is of course NIO's CEO on cash burn, all those areas of cash burn. Now, I want to first say that NIO is doing a lot of things to minimize cash burn. For example, last year during Chinese New Year, they made battery swapping completely free, even for new NIO owners as well, for highway swap, all right? Of course, excluding NIO owners like me who have unlimited free swap, which that policy does not concern us at all. And some people have 6 or 4 free swaps per month. That doesn't concern them as well, unless they go over that limit. But it is estimated that last year during Chinese New Year, because NIO offered free battery swap to everyone on the highways, that costed them a loss of around 22 million US dollars just from those free battery swaps that NIO offered to everyone. Now this year, of course, NIO is trying to save on money, and they're scaling that back to whereas it's only the service fee is free. The electricity, you still have to pay for it, just like during national holiday. Now, a lot of NIO owners have complained about this. Of course, not me. It doesn't really affect me because it's always going to be free for me because I bought the car early. But this little maneuver is going to save them around 14 million US dollars through this whole entire vacation period. Just in cash burn, it's going to save them that much in cash burn, according to people that know about this. And yes, I understand there's a lot of frustration right now amongst NIO owners here in China. They're saying some really mean stuff. All the great service and all the great benefits being scaled back. Of course, some people will be upset. But right now, NIO is standing next to shareholders. It always used to be NIO owners first, and then they would spend money on NIO owners and they would not prioritize shareholders. But now NIO CEO is taking an active approach of prioritizing shareholder value. It used to be that we could get anything for free. If there's a lineup at the swap station, we can tell them the lineup is too long, get a free charging voucher that can charge anywhere. Okay, it doesn't have to be a NIO charger. It could be a third-party charger, and NIO will pay the bill. How insane is that? The insurance, worry-free insurance, worry-free service policies got changed, whereas before, if it took too long to fix your car and you reject the loaner car, you get NIO points back. Now, you don't get any NIO points back. They're tightening on a lot of loopholes. Before, people would buy a NIO for the free electricity. How crazy is that? I've heard stories of people buying 2 NIOs just the sole purpose is they have a construction project, and then they would take the 2 NIOs, go swap, and then drive it to the construction site and then offload power to the construction site and save them a lot of money, essentially. And that's what they would do. Like, this is crazy. Another example of this, I've shown a video on my channel in the past, a shop owner using a NIO to power his shop, a convenience store. So this is pretty crazy. Obviously, free battery swap should not be abused that way. But that has also been closed down. It's also going to save them a lot of money. For the past half year, NIO has really looked at everything that they're doing, identified where the losses are coming from, how they can minimize those losses, and cut things off that are incurring large losses, which are very, very nice for shareholders, obviously. Okay, of course, at the expense of NIO owners. A lot of people have right now, just today, there's this running joke that Xpeng fixes management because they fix management issues and fire redundant executives and overpaid executives. Li Auto fixes production issues. NIO fixes the NIO owners. So that's the running joke right now. So yeah. However, from the clip of William Li, and that was by the way, just quite recently, like a couple days ago, 3 or 4 days ago, of him getting his Man of the Year award. He got his award because he's one of the toughest, they said miserable, but one of the toughest person to go through this year. Basically, he went through a lot of stuff, and there was a lot of pressure on him. It was a tough year for him, and he prevailed, basically. And so he got the Man of the Year award, and congratulations to him. But he said how the 4 areas of money spent is pretty much going to be the same. Okay, R&D expenses going to be pretty much the same as before, which is very interesting because they've already developed so much stuff. They've developed the ET9, they've developed the sub-brand cars. What more is there to R&D and develop about? Okay, but they're still going to push forward, apparently, maybe with the next gen of stuff, or with polishing the ET9 and making better features around it. And then number 2, they're going to continue spending money on infrastructure. All right, more swap stations, just like in 2023, more charging stations, just like 2023. This I agree with. Yeah, it is one of the most valuable things to NIO, the infrastructure. It is just worth a lot of money, and it makes sense for NIO to invest in this and become dominant. It is their moat. In the future, they can switch it off so that only NIO and NIO's partners can use NIO's infrastructure, and everybody else that wants to charge maybe up in the mountains where there's only NIO chargers. Too bad, so sad. This is definitely a good moat. Number 3, expansion. They're still doing expansion, further expansion. He said further expansion into other countries. We know for a fact that very soon, in the next 5 months, UAE is coming, so that's very cool. But that definitely will cost a lot of money, and you have to replicate the similar amount of service. It's going to be quite costly, and I would have liked them to slow down expansion, especially with how competitive things are right now at the moment. So I don't agree with them on this, but hey, there's probably a clause in the UAE investment. When they invested into NIO, they had to expand to the UAE, essentially. So they're doing that. And then number 4, they're going to continue on with the partnerships and cooperation with other brands and open up the swap stations to other brands, and that is also very, very good. Overall, they are taking the right steps towards getting to profitability, but they're still in the growth phase and expansion phase. They're spending money on a lot of stuff. We're not going to get to profitability anytime soon, and obviously NIO isn't going to go bankrupt anytime soon, but they are sliding slowly towards this profitability scenario where they're optimizing a lot of stuff and cutting off the excess cash burn, which is very, very good. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.